Denise, guess what?
What, Abby?
We got chismes.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of We Got Chisme. My name is Denise, and this is... You can go ahead and say it. I'm not going to
My
correct
name
you.
is Xavier, but she call me Sabicito.
I was about to say AKA Sabicito.
I should change my name to Sabi instead of Xavier.
Xavier. I mean, he's saved like Sabi on my phone. But yeah.
Okay. I still misspelling your name wrong on my phone too. I haven't changed that.
Hey. It's been how many years?
13 plus.
13 plus. We already lost count. But yeah, it's been a long time. And, well, for this episode, Sabicito has found the stories. So I am in for a treat. I hear that these stories are crazy. And I have not read them before, so.
That's the thing of what you call crazy, but let's dive in and see.
What's the title of this episode, Sabi?
Family, shameless family.
Yeah, because shameless family.
Let's just put it shameless relative.
Relatives. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I saw that you wrote exposing family shame.
Well, that sounds better. I forgot about that. I did that like a week ago. So yes, it's exposing family shame. So some way or another, we all have experienced those wonderful relatives that we have that, are shameless. So
They're cuckoo.
Exacto.
Okay, let's dive into the first one. It's coming from the subreddit Found and Exposed. And the title is, Am I the asshole for kicking my fiancé out of the house I bought after I find out that the brother, in quotes, she wanted on the deed was actually her ex-husband? So yes, I paid $340,000 cash for that house. My God, you have money? Whoa. Every dollar came from me. My fiancé knew this. She was there when I signed the papers. She cried happy tears in the driveway. She picked the paint colors, argued with me about the kitchen tile for 3 weeks, planted a small garden in the back like she already owned the place. Because as far as we both understood, she would. We were 6 months from the wedding. Then her brother showed up. Here's the thing. Sabi's making quotes when I say brother.
The brother.
Here's the thing. In 2 years of being together, she had never once mentioned a brother. Not a single time. No, oh, my brother will love this movie. Or my brother used to do that too. Nothing. I knew her parents. I knew her 2 sisters. I knew her college roommate and her work friends and the cousin she hated, but no brother. So when she called me one afternoon and said, my brother is in town, can he stay with us for a few days? I was already confused, but I say, fine, people have complicated families. Maybe they were strange. I did not want to make it weird. He showed up with 2 suitcases and a duffel bag. I shook his hand. He had this look on his face like he already knew exactly where everything in my house was. Comfortable. Too comfortable. He walked into the kitchen and opened the fridge without asking. Sat on the couch and picked up the remote. My fiancée was smiling the whole time like this was completely normal. That night, she asked if we could talk. She said her brother had fallen on hard times. Lost his job, lost his apartment. She said she felt terrible about it and wanted to help him. I said that was fine. He could stay while he got back on his feet. She said, that's good to hear. And then paused. And I knew the pause meant something was coming that I was not gonna like. I was also thinking, she said, we could put him on the deed.
What?
I just look at her. He needs stability, she said. If his name is on the house, it will help him get his life together. He
Uh,
could feel like he has something. I say he does not have anything. I bought this house. My money. My name. She said, I know, but we are going to be married. It's going to be our house anyway. I say, when we are married, yes. We are not married. And even then, adding a third person who I met 4 hours ago to the deed of a property I pay for in full is not something I'm doing. So she got quiet. Then she said, I thought you care about my family.
but
I said, I did not know this person was your family until today. She went to bed without saying anything else. He stayed. Days turned into week, and she kept bringing it up in different ways. Softer, then frustrated, then crying. Each time I say no, she acted like I had personally attacked her. Something felt off about him. He was not nervous the way someone staying in a stranger's home usually is. He did not try to make conversation with me or be polite in the way guests usually are. He treated the place like he lived there. Left dishes on the sink, stayed up watching TV loud at night, used my gym equipment without asking. Once I came home and they were sitting very close on the couch. And when I walked in, they both shifted at the same time. I started paying attention. I went through her phone one night when she was in the shower. I am not proud of it, but I did it, and I will do it again. His contact name was not brother. It was saved under a nickname. One of those small specific nicknames people only use when they're close in a way that is not family. The messages went back years, long before I was in the picture. They stopped for a while, then started again around the time she and I got serious. The recent ones were about the house. There was one where she sent him photos of the place after we moved in, and he replied, it's perfect. She said, I know, I'm working on it. I sat in the bathroom for a long time reading. She never had a brother. He was her ex-husband. They had gotten married young, divorced quietly, and apparently never actually let go of each other. The plan, as far as I could piece together, was to get his name on the deed and eventually just push me out, or at the very least, secure a piece of what I had built so that no matter what happened with me, he had something to land on. She had been crying real tears in that driveway. I still believe that, but I think some of those tears were for a house she was planning to share with someone else. I did not scream. I did not throw anything. I called my lawyer the next morning. Then I came home and I told her I knew who he was. I told her exactly what I had read. She went white. She started crying immediately, which made me realize she had probably rehearsed some version of this moment in her head, and crying was her default move when a plan collapsed. She said it was not what it looked like. I said, he's your ex-husband. You told me he was your brother. You spent weeks trying to get him on the deed of my house. What part of that is being misread? She said she could explain. I said I did not want the explanation. I gave her 2 weeks to find somewhere else to go. I told him he had 48 hours. He left without a word. She begged, cried, called my mother, called my friends. One of my friends texted me and said, man, she sounds really convincing. Are you sure? I stopped answering the friend for a while. She moved out on a Tuesday. The ring is in a drawer. I have not done anything with it yet. I do not want to look at it. Here's what I keep thinking about. She planted a garden in the backyard. Little herb things in terracotta pots, basil, rosemary, something she said she'd use for cooking. She left them behind when she moved out. I do not know what to do with them. I've been watering them without meaning to. I think the thing that gets me the most is not the ex-husband, it's the patience. She was patient about this. She did not rush. She let me fall completely before she started pulling the thread. That takes a certain kind of cold that I do not think I could have spotted even if I had been looking for it. I do not think I'm the asshole, but I do think I was naive in a way that embarrassed me. So, am I the asshole for not giving her the benefit of the doubt, or did I read this exactly right. Damn, that woman.
Yep.
That's that's some like master level manipulative kind of shit. That's
So you like my
crazy.
first story?
Yep, I did. That's wow.
See, exposing the family shame
Yup.
of her ex-husband in this instance. So yes, so this is horrible. First of all, why people will think like somebody that just came out of the blue, like people are like, oh, I'm so obsessed with you. I'm just going to put your random brother that I just met 4 hours ago in the on my house, or like,
I don't
oh,
know.
I love
Maybe
you so
someone who was like
much.
obsessed with her, like she was hoping that he would be so in love with her that he will do anything, or that he was
That
dumb
has to
enough, I
be
guess.
dominance is the right word, because like even though you are in love with somebody, somebody that love you, that will not put like your random brother that just meet you, like,
Put him on the
especially if
deed.
he doesn't have anything. Like, what if you have like a gambling problem and put the deed in the house as a secure for a gamble? You know,
Yeah.
you never know. You don't know this person, so, and he doesn't know her either that well to even put her on the deed, which it seems like it was not intention if even after he got married with her. But if you
Hmm.
like, we can raise some comments so you can give me your input on this. Will be this something that you would love to do?
I was just reading the comments, but a lot of people are saying that this is AI. Like a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, let me read the top comment. Top comment says,
Mm-hmm.
kudos. I've never read a story quite like this one. He could have saved a lot of time by asking her parents about their son, in quotes. The herb garden was a nice touch. And
Mm-hmm.
then somebody say, I was pleasantly, like, commented on that and say, I was pleasantly surprised there was no half the friend group that was split or thinking he should do it just to keep the peace. And they say, and the house was now $470,000. AI is getting better, because apparently it's 470 is like an AI kind of thing.
Is it like the number itself?
Uh huh.
So
Like
what you
apparently
think
every story that AI tells
generates like
includes.
400?
Uh huh.
So, on your opinion, do you think this happening in real life though?
I don't know if this actually happened in real life, but I do think that there is someone out there who had tried something like this. There
Many
is very
times.
manipulative women and men who might,
Many
like,
times.
women and men who
We
might try this. You don't know.
remember we read once a story like like a lot of episodes back. Like back.
Back in the day.
Yes. So where, you know, well, they were separated, but the new wife wanted her to be put on the deed right away after, you know, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they kind of break up because that new wife was
Mm-hmm.
cheating on her husband.
Yep.
But, you know, so stuff like this unfortunately does happen whether the story was written by AI or not. It's like, it's very close to reality, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, so a lot of people is like, somebody else says the story was good, but in what world would you not add your fiance to your deed before marriage, but you will add a complete stranger? Question mark. It should have been that they had just gotten married. He was planning to add her to the deed, and when her brothers show up, she suggested adding them both. And they say he did not add his fiance to the deed, which is a good thing to not buy a house with someone you're not married to, unless at least in the USA. And a lot of people are saying, wow, this one was good. Sounds like a con game. Yeah. And some people will just tell him you dodge a bullet and things like that. But I'm trying to remember if I've heard something like similar to this in real life.
I
And
don't
I don't
know,
think I have.
but I don't know,
I
for
think,
some reason it sounds very familiar to something.
right? For me, it was, I think the most I've heard is like people getting married. Because I know someone who got married and this person had two kids already. And they got married, and she was from another country, and he was a citizen here, so he brought her here, and he paid for everything, blah blah blah. And then this person cheated on him after
Is
like 3 years together.
is this 90-day fiance or something?
No,
It
it's a
sounds
real
like
life
it.
story. Like it happened to someone I know. Like either 3 years or 5 years. I don't remember. They were married, and then this person try like cheated on him. And then when the guy was like, "You cheated on me, we're gonna get divorced," she tried to take everything from him. Like she tried to take his house. She tried to take child support for all the kids that she had, even though they were not his kids. Like she did
Oh,
everything
I'm
that you could think of. Like
sorry.
she went to the judge, she cried so much. Like to try.
That
Thankfully,
sucks.
thankfully nothing happened, but still, there is women like this that try to take advantage of situations in the same way that there is men like this, I'm sure.
Yes, a lot of men like that too. So it's not just women. So those people who think like just women might pull out these things, like very wrong. Very, very wrong. Like nowadays, I think it's more common on men's than women's.
Yeah, might be. Who knows? I mean, I know that there is like people, well, like when you go travel to city or somewhere else, and they will try to like make the woman fall in love, so they will get papers. I think you told me that, didn't you? Yeah.
I did in the art. That's what when you were single, I told you like if you go to the art, like careful with this hanky panky over there. That's
Oh
how they call it.
yeah, I remember that. So yeah.
All
So yeah,
right.
people be very, very mindful of who you date and especially who you marry.
Oh, especially who you're trying to put on your deeds of your
Yeah,
house.
that too.
Because let's be honest, like I got this on my own before marriage. So what's the need to put it on you, girl?
Yeah, just get another house that is both
You
of yours.
exactly because realistically speaking, but now they realize the reality of common sense is something non-existent almost. So let's move on to the second story to see
True.
what we have next.
Second story also comes from the subreddit Found and Exposed.
Uh-huh.
And the title is Am I the asshole for calling the police on my own father and sister after they tried to break into my house, claiming they deserve to live here?
Entitlement.
Yeah.
Let's
My father signed over the deed to my sister's house, and she sold it 6 months later to fund a lifestyle that included a 4,000 vacation to Bali, designer bags she posted on Instagram, and a boyfriend who does not work. That's it. That's the whole setup. And now they're standing on my porch telling me I owe them a place to live. My father has always had a favorite, and it was never me. My sister is 5 years younger, and growing up, she got the car, the college tuition fully paid, the emergency cash that somehow totaled over $30,000 across a decade. I paid my own way through community college, then transferred, graduated with debt, and built something small but mine. A two-bedroom house in a quiet neighborhood. Nothing fancy. I bought it 7 years ago and I had paid every mortgage payment alone. When my father bought my sister a house 3 years ago, I said nothing. It stung, but I was past the point of expecting fairness from him. The house was in a decent area, fully paid, and worth around 280K. She gave it to her outright. I'm sorry, he gave it to her outright. Her name on the deed, no strings, no agreement. I watched it happen, and I kept my mouth shut. She sold it 14 months later. I found out through a mutual cousin who saw the property listing. My sister had listed it quietly, sold it fast, and pocketed the money. By the time I heard about it, it was done. When I asked her about it, she laughed. It was my house, she said. I can do what I want with it. She was not wrong legally, but what followed was a spending spree that was almost impressive on how fast it went. The Bali trip, a new car, clothes, dinner, weekends getaway with her boyfriend, who, as far as I can tell, has now held a steady job in 3 years. She moved into a rental with him and they burned through whatever was left. Within 8 months, she was broke and behind on rent. This is where my father re entered the story. He called me one evening. calm at first. He said my sister was in a tough spot and that he'd been thinking about it. And since I had extra space and owned my home outright, it would be the right thing to do to let them stay with me temporarily while they got back on their feet. I told him no. He paused. Then his tone shifted. You know, your sister needs stability right now. You've always had things easier than you think you did. I almost laughed. Easier? Right. I told him I love him, but my answer was no. And if my sister needed help, there were resources available to her. I am not a halfway house. I have a life here. He hung up. 2 weeks passed, then I got a text from my sister. She said she deserves some security after everything she's been through, and that dad had always planned for both of us to have homes, and since hers was gone, mine was the next logical option. I read that 3 times. I genuinely could not process the logic. I replied that her selling the house was her choice and her financial situation, and was not my responsibility. She sent back a paragraph about how I was selfish and had always been jealous of her relationship with dad. I did not respond. 3 days ago, I came home from work and found them both on my porch. My father, my sister, and her boyfriend. They had 2 large bags and a plastic storage bin. My father spoke first. We need to talk inside. I say, no, you need to leave. My sister said, we're not asking. You have the space and this is family. I told them very clearly that they were not welcome, that this was my home, and that if they did not leave, I would call the police. My father started raising his voice, telling me I was being a disgrace and that he raised me better than this. His girlfriend, who I did not even see at first, was sitting in the car watching all of this. I went inside and locked the door. 20 minutes later, I heard the side gate open. My sister's boyfriend had gone around back. I watched it through the window as he tried to the back door handle, then actually started pushing against it. I called 911. The police showed up within 10 minutes. There was a whole scene on my lawn. My father was furious, kept telling the officer this was a family matter and that I was being unreasonable. The officer told him that regardless of the family relationship, this was private property and they needed to leave or they be cited for trespassing. They left. My sister cried loudly the whole time, which I think was more performance than genuine. Now my phone is full. Aunt, cousins, my dad's brother calling me to say I should have just helped them. One aunt said I was going to regret this when my father gets older and needs care. My father has not called himself, but he sent a text that just say, I hope you're proud of yourself. I am not proud. I am exhausted. But I'm also not moving out of my own house because my sister blew through 280,000 gift and expect me to absorb the consequences. Here's what I keep turning over in my head though. My father gave her everything and she wasted it, and somehow the lesson landed on me. I spent years watching him pour into her and taking nothing from it. And the one thing I built on my own, he wanted me to hand over to. There is something almost funny about it, in a bitter way. He never bought me a house, but he felt entitled to the one I bought myself. Am I the asshole for calling the police on my own family, or is everyone else just mad that the plan to make me the fallback option didn't work? I think you know the answer, girl. Your whole family is crazy.
Well, just the fact that says like it's not an option that they just show up on your porch says a lot. And say like, well, doesn't care, this is family. Like, this is family, my ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get the F out. But no, I would have been doing the same. But good for her because she have the courage to do that and stay firm to her decision.
Yeah, it was a really good thing that you called the police because they 100% deserve it. Like they should not be feel entitled. And the fact that they were like pushing the back door to get in, like what?
Yeah,
like they were
like, what
actually just gonna invade your house. What?
Yeah, like what is the name of this people that comes in your house, they buy the house and they never pay you the bill and then you have to evict them? Squatter. They wanted to be squatters.
Yep, that's true. And there is this people is it in Spain, I think it is, that when somebody goes on vacation, like they just break a window and then invade your house and they never leave. So like you don't have a house anymore. And the police cannot do anything about it.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. I
That
keep
is
hearing stories
crazy.
like that. It's very, very crazy. Like, and in basically, she was lucky that they did not just break in and they were sitting in the living room or a kitchen while you get when you get to your house.
That is nuts.
But yeah,
But I never heard of that. What's the name of that? I want to look.
Spain.
No, the name of that thingy.
What
What
they?
they do? They have doesn't have a name.
I don't remember actually. Let me see. Person staying in your house for free. I don't remember. I know my
It's okay. I'll look it up.
like
I love.
illegal squatting.
What's wrong with him? He's like, I don't know what to do.
Who? Muff.
Big boy behind you.
I don't know what's wrong with him. The door is open, so it might be that somebody's outside.
Oh, okay.
Muff, what are you trying to go in there for? Hey, you never know. Oh, they call them ocupa,
Ocupa.
which is
Occupator.
basically ocupa with a K.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's basically like a squatter. Like persona que se instala en una vivienda o local deshabitado sin el consentimiento del propietario.
People who establishing in a somebody else's house without consentment.
Yeah, without consent. Ujú. Motivado por la falta de vivienda o ideología antisistema.
Motivated by the loss of without the need of having a house, and it goes with the ideology of the system. So pretty much these people think an empty space, I can sit, I can live there, I'm gonna be there, and nobody's gonna take me out of there. Rent free, by the way.
Yup. Rent free.
So that's
Okay,
horrible.
let me.
Let's see.
You wanna get some comments? You wanna go to story number 3?
Up to you. I don't think that we need to do some comments on this one because that one was like a kind of annoying, to be honest. There's not much to say rather than just congratulations to the OP. Um, but and just to say like how shameful the family are, just to think like because they're family, you have to give everything for them when they never have
Yeah.
done anything for you. Um, you know, so and that seems to be happening quite a lot, especially in our community.
You found a lot of family drama, I see.
And they
A lot
try to
of
just
that's what I
shame
say.
you with disgrace. Like, that doesn't pay
Yeah,
my
they're
bill.
crazy. My God, entitlement.
That doesn't pay my bill. Shame doesn't pay my bill. You can talk whatever
Um,
you like.
yeah, you can say whatever you want. I'm still not gonna let you live in my house for free. What the
It's
heck?
not happening.
Anywho, story number 3. It comes from the same subreddit, found and exposed, and the title is Am I the asshole for refusing to downgrade my career so my brother could feel better about himself and then cutting off my entire family when they back him up? So, my parents called me on the same night I got promoted. And I'm sorry, I lost the. Okay. My parents called me on the same night I got promoted to regional director. I had just opened a bottle of wine. I was alone in my apartment, finally feeling like all the 60-hour weeks meant something. Then my phone rang. My mom didn't even say congratulations. She said, We need to talk about your brother. I already knew where this was going. I just did not know how bad it was gonna get. My brother is 29. I am 27. He dropped out of college, jumped between jobs, and currently works part time at a hardware store. None of that is my business. I never rub anything in his face. I never brought up salaries at family dinners or posted things to show off. I just work. I kept my head down and work. But apparently, that was the problem. My dad got on the line and said, Your brother is struggling emotionally. Every time you get a recognition at work, he spirals. He feels like he is failing. I say, Okay, I'm sorry he feels that way. What does that have to do with me? My mom said, We think you should consider pulling back a little. I laugh. I actually laugh out loud because I thought they were joking. Pull back. I repeated, what does that mean? My dad said, maybe do not take the promotion. Stay where you are for a while. Give him time to catch up. I sat there with a wine, with my wine glass halfway to my mouth and just held it there. I did not drink. I did not say anything for a few seconds. Then I say, you want me to turn down a promotion I earned so your son does not feel bad about his own choices? My mom said, it's not like that. He's sensitive. You know how he is. I know exactly how he is. He's always been the one they protected. When we were kids and I won a spelling bee, they did not put the trophy on the shelf because it will make him sad. When I got a scholarship, they sat me down and asked me not to mention it around him. I was 16. I thought it was a one-time thing. He did not realize he was going to follow me for the next. I did not realize he was going to follow me for the next 11 years. I told him no, flat no. I say I am not turning down the promotion. My dad's voice changed. He said, you have always been selfish. You think about yourself and nobody else. And that hit different because selfish was the last thing I thought I was. I sent money home because when they had a rough year. I drove 4 hours every holiday. I show up. I always show up. I say I'm selfish because I will not sabotage my own career for someone who will not get off the couch. My mom started crying. She said, he's your brother. Family comes first. My brother got on the phone then. I do not know if he was listening the whole time or if they called him in. He said, I just feel like no matter what I do, you made me look bad without even trying. I felt something shift in me. Not anger exactly, more like clarity. I said, that's not my fault. He said, everyone compares us. It's exhausting. I say, then talk to a therapist. That's genuinely what I meant. Not as an insult. Talk to someone, but I'm not going to stop working hard so you feel better. That's not love. That's just control. He hung up, my parents got back on, and my dad said if I took the promotion, I was choosing my job over my family. I say I am choosing myself. There is a difference. And I hung up. That was 4 months ago. I took the promotion. I've been doing well. My brother sent me one text to say I was dead to him. My parents called once to tell me I owe him an apology, and when I did not give one, they stopped calling too. Here's the part that keeps me up sometimes. Not the guilt, exactly. More like the question of whether I handled the final conversation wrong. Maybe I could have been softer. Maybe I could have found a way to keep the door open without agreeing to their terms. But then I think about the 16-year-old girl being told to hide her scholarship. And I think, no, the door needed to close. I do not regret the promotion. I do not regret current contact. But I do wonder sometimes if I was ever really part of that family, or if I was just there to make everyone else feel okay about themselves. Am I the asshole, or is there a point where protecting your own life stops being selfish and just becomes survival? Sadly, I have seen this before. So even if people think this is AI, I've seen this happen before with other people.
Yep. Same
A lot
here.
of comparisons. I don't know if this is in like every culture, but at least like in I don't know if the whole Hispanic community, but I've seen a lot of comparisons.
The Hispanic community is very common. That's what I say. Like, this is more, we see all this shit trauma, we see it in the Hispanic community.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Sadly, yeah.
and it's not like we want to do the trauma, but it's like, why? They're trying to
Why?
keep everything like level up, even though after everybody is grown as people, they keep trying to going back to the like to the legs of their parents, like help me, like help, like he's doing better. What can I do? I'm not doing good enough. Talk to them, please.
Didn't I think we read the story about a long time ago about like cousins, right? That one of the cousins was doing great, was living, I
Yes.
think, was it in the city or was outside of the city to send money? And then the other one was like, oh, your cousin is not doing so well. Can he live with you? And he was like, no. Or something like that. I don't
I
remember, but it was something like that.
think something like that, more or
You
less.
remember?
No, I
But
do
yeah, it
not.
was kind of, but like I said, I have seen this in real life, like people comparing siblings, cousins together. And the reality is that not everybody's the same person. People go through, like somebody who didn't go to school probably just got a certificate or something and they are doing amazingly
Really
well.
well. But
Yeah.
the other
And
person,
some people like to study more. Some people like to have more degrees to get to other levels. Like I don't particularly enjoy school, but I do like learning new things, and I get bored. So I get to a point in my life when I'm like, oh, let me do a certificate, let me do something else. So just keep adding things. And I mean, it's not like I think that someone else who doesn't, it's wrong. Like people like what they like, people do what they do.
people do
So
what they
everybody has a
please with
right.
their free time. And we all
Yeah,
have
and
the
nobody
same
should compare
24
anyone.
hours in the same day. So whether you are wise and to utilize it the best possible way for your advantage, or you just wanted to waste it in wasting time, that's entirely up to every single person. But
Yeah.
in the Hispanic community, parent doesn't understand that. They believe like you magically poof put everything out of the thin air. Just out of the thin air. Just like that. And you
I
magically
mean,
have everything give it to you.
that's how they say about your 20s. They say that you are in this weird stage of life when you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're like, oh, this person bought a house, this person got married, this person had a kid. And but you also have the person that just graduated from college. You have the person that got their big promotion and they do not want to have any kids. You have the person that have been traveling since they graduated high school. And you have no idea how they do it. But you
Exactly.
have all these different kind of people and everybody is unique and happy in their own way, and that's it. We gotta
Yep.
understand that.
But for parents that they always trying to keep like everything like stabilized, I guess
It's
somehow.
like a competition for them.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, thankfully my mother never compare us, me and my sister. Because I don't allow that to happen.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, um, I help her as much as I could. I give her advice. Whether she would like to pick them up or not, that's entirely up to her. What she does with her free time is entirely up to her. And I told her that from the very beginning. So I'm like, what can we do? We are
What
completely
else
the
can you do?
opposite, you know,
Yeah, I get it.
like day and night. So sad, but truth.
That's all I say. All you can do is give advice, and that's it.
Whether they would like to take it, that's entirely up to them.
It's very hard, though. Very hard.
Everybody already have enough with their own life to keep trying to fix everybody else's life. But anyhow, so yeah, so this is very relatable to Denise and I because we've seen this happening many, 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 many times.
Yeah.
Even in high school, we
Please
saw
do not
this.
compare anybody. Just
Yeah,
be
you
happy
remember?
for everyone's achievements.
If not mistaken, you remember in high school it was those pair of siblings, like it was a brother, like it was like a little brain walking.
Oh my
Um,
God, yes.
and then it was then a few like a year after the little sister coming into high school too, and they were always to be like in a rush to compare to one another, like to see who does best and who do best because mom and dad won then,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
ouch.
And then the jealousy between siblings. Like, why? Why do you care that your brother got something, first or whatever? Why? Be happy for them.
Yeah, not like I should have been me. I'm like, the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I know. It was very weird. I remember it used to be like very tense at times because they were always like competing with each other. And you'd be like, aren't you guys siblings?
It didn't get tense. It get annoying to everybody in the surroundings.
Both of them were very annoying though.
Yeah, that's so true.
They were
By
very
nature,
annoying little people.
yes, very annoying little people. They were like chihuahuas.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Oh my God, I never thought about it. That's the perfect word to describe it. They were like chihuahuas.
But
Like constantly
anyhow,
barking chihuahuas.
Oh my.
Yagna, I hope you're seeing this and you remember the little chihuahuas.
Oh
Anyway, let's
my.
move on.
To the last story of the day.
Story number 4. So this one as well comes from the same subreddit, found and exposed.
Is it? I thought I put a different one on the fourth one.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just been getting a lot of notification from that subreddit lately, and I
I
decided
see
to
that. I
start.
was like obsessed with all the chisme from family drama.
I mean, it's just come through. So what can I say?
So this one, the title is Am I the asshole for sending the police instead of helping? I'm sorry. Am I the asshole for sending the police instead of help after my family nearly burned my cabin down hosting a party I did not know about? My husband's affair partner was my sister, and I found out at my own cabin. Not how I expected to find out, not the way anyone expects to find out, but that's where the whole thing starts. So let me back up. I bought the cabin 2 years ago with my own money, not our money, mine. I had been saving since before I met my husband, and when I finally bought it, I kept the deed in my name alone. I knew he knew it existed. He had been there twice, but it was mine, and I made that clear from the start. I did not give my family the address. I gave it to exactly one person, my mother, for emergency purposes only. I told her that, as I said, emergencies, not for this, not for sharing, emergencies. She said she understood. Well, she did not understand. The call. I was at work on a Friday afternoon when my phone rang. It was my mother, and her voice was that specific kind of calm that means something is very wrong. She said, There was a small fire at the cabin. Everything is mostly okay, but we need you to call someone to come fix the generator. I say, What do you mean there was a fire at the cabin? She say, It's fine, it's handled. We just need the generator look at. I say, Who is we? She paused, then she said, We're having a little family gathering. Your aunt organized it. We thought it would be a nice surprise for you. I sat there for a second. I genuinely could not process it. A little family gathering at my cabin that I did not invite anyone to, that I did not know about. I asked how many people were there. She said, maybe 20, give or take. 20 people in my cabin that I own that I did not open to anyone. I asked how they got in. She got quiet again and then said my husband had a spare key made a few months ago and gave it to my aunt. She said it like it was a minor detail, like it was barely worth mentioning. I say my husband gave my aunt a key to my cabin. She said he thought you want the family to enjoy it. I hung up. What I found next. I called my husband. He picked up on the second ring, which was unusual. I never said this word right. Which was
Unusual.
unusual. Yeah, that
There you
one.
go.
Because he almost never picks up when I call anymore. I know now why his phone habits change. I did not know then. I say, did you give my aunt my key? A key to my cabin? He say, look, before you get upset. I say, answer the question. He said he had a copy made because he thought it was ridiculous that the family could not use it. He said I was being controlling about the cabin. He said my aunt had mentioned wanted somewhere to host a reunion, and he thought it was a good idea. I asked why he didn't tell me. He said he knew I'd say no. So he went ahead anyway and he took my property, made a copy of my key without asking, handed it to my family, and then stayed home while 20 people broke into the cabin and nearly set it on fire. I asked where he was right now. He said he was running errands. I called my sister to vent because she was the one person in my family I thought I could trust. She did not pick up. I thought that was strange. I did not think too much of it. I found out later that she was at the cabin. I found out also later that she had been sleeping with my husband for 8 months. I found out that he gave my aunt the key partly because my sister asked him to, because she wanted access to the cabin for the two of them. My sister had been using my cabin with my husband while I was at work. The little family gathering, in quotes, was in part cover. What I did, sorry, that this is the title, what I did. I did not call a generator repairman. I did not call my mother back. I did not drive up there and confront 20 people at once, which would have been a disaster. I called the police and reported an unauthorized entry into my private property. I told them there had been a fire. I told them there were approximately 20 people inside a structure they had no legal right to occupy. I gave them the address. Then I called my mother back and told her help was on the way. She said, "Oh, thank goodness. What are they sending?" I say, "The police." The silence on her end was long enough that I thought the call had dropped. Then she said, "You're not serious." I said, "I was." She said, "These are your family members." I said, "They broke into my property." She started crying. She said I was embarrassing the family. She said my aunt was going to be humiliated. She said I was overreacting and that I needed to calm down and think about what I was doing. I said I had thought about it. I hung up. The fallout. The police show up. Everyone was asked to leave. My aunt apparently screamed at the officers and is now facing a minor charge for that. My mother has not spoken to me since except to send me a long text calling me cruel and saying I traumatized the children who were there. My husband came home that night and tried to act like the cabin situation was a separate issue from whatever else was going on. He said I overreacted. He said I humiliated his family. I reminded him that my aunt is not his family, she's mine, and that he had no right to give anyone access to my property. Then I told him I knew about my sister. He did not deny it. He just sat down and looked at the floor. I have not decided what I'm doing about the marriage yet. I am staying somewhere else for now. My sister has not tried to contact me. My mother keeps sending messages about how I need to forgive and move forward. The cabin has a smoke damage in one room from what turned out to be an unattended grill that someone moved inside. 20 people were in a space built for six. Someone brought a dog that destroyed a couch. There is a broken window, but no one has explained. Here's my honest opinion on all of this. The cabin was never really about the cabin. It was the one thing I had that was fully mine. And the people who were supposed to love me treated it like it was a resource to be used. My husband handed over access to my property to cover his own affair. My sister used my trust as a door she could walk through whenever she felt like it. My mother's first instinct when something went wrong was not to apologize. It was to ask me for help and expect me to give it. The lesson here is not that families are complicated. The lesson is that some people will only respect boundaries when there are real consequences for crossing them. I spent years being flexible, being understanding, being the person who smoothed things over. Every time I did that, the boundary moved a little further back. Calling the police was the first time I held the line completely. And the people who are angry about it are angry because it worked. So here's my question for everyone reading this. At what point does keeping the peace become the same thing as giving people permission to keep hurting you? Wow, that was powerful.
Yep.
I would have done the exact same thing.
I thought you would like it.
I 100% would have done the exact same thing. I would have called them and be like, the police is on their way, so you better get out of the whatever from my house.
Well, imagine
I
you
have
have
probably
to.
warned them, but still.
Well, she already did. She let them know. And
Oh my goodness, thank you. Who's coming? The police, bitch. I love that.
the,
What?
the the thing is, like, it sucks because they know how they feel. The mother know how she feels about it, but they didn't care. So why should we care whether she's humiliating somebody that she's bringing guests that are not even family related to some place that it's not even theirs? No. So what she said at the end, it made sense. And like, at what point does, at what cost you should keep everybody happy
Yeah,
when they are destroying you at the end of the day. So,
exactly my point.
so exposing shameless family to their finest. So, yep. So,
Crazy how everybody thought they could just walk all over her because she was nice all the time.
yeah. And sometimes, like, being too nice is not. What the thing is, like, you always have those family members that are always nasty, and when they do nasty things, everybody's like, whatever, that's who they are, that's how they are. But when the nice person does something like to finally step the ground, everybody's like in shock, like, wow, like, you are the worst. And this is something that, like, how I see happens in this instance. So for family's members.
But good for you, girl, to make sure that your boundaries are set and there's consequences for crossing them. So
Yeah, but I don't know what you're still doing with that guy in your apartment though, and why do you
yeah,
have
what do you
to?
mean? I have not decided what to do about my marriage. The
Fuck.
only logic reason is kick him out, divorce him now.
He needs to leave. He needs to be gone. Like yesterday, like you call the police on your family, call the police. Like that's how he should be packing your bags, his bags, to get the heck out of there.
Yep. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoy the stories from Found and Exposed. Because Sabi worked really hard on getting the stories for me.
But they all fall into me, like by heaven. But I don't know what's up because after we make those, that um episode about it's something exposed. Oh, I forgot the title. Jesus Christ! And I wrote it myself. Oh,
Oh, you forgot the title again?
no, not this one. The previous one that we made. That was saying something about some Invicta and exposed. For some
Okay.
reason, Reddit, since our phone is always listening, as we always say, it starts sending me notification from this subreddit, like exposed that it
From
comes through.
Exposed. That makes sense.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
and
our
I'm
phone is
like,
always listening. I hate that
but
sometimes.
I was like, oh my God, I not even looked through this. I never seen this subreddit or going through that subreddit page. And it's just popping up. And I'm like,
She's like, sorry, look at me. I'm crazy.
pretty much. But at the same time, like, I kind of relate to some of the story because I've seen stuff like that happening, like in real life. So I'm like, whether this would be like the first one that they said, like, it was kind of AI. I'm like, is it though? Is it? This sounds like very familiar. I don't know why, but that story sounds so familiar to me. But anyhow,
There is a lot, all of them basically. All of them
I think it sounds reliable,
have like
relatable
AI.
to us. Oh, what?
Yeah, relatable.
It's like we can relate with those.
Yeah,
From
because that's what
our,
I'm saying. If even if the story is not real, it has happened somewhere else. You know, there is a good chance that it has happened.
like a really good chance. It's probably a higher chance that it's come from his funny family. Pero bueno, um, you know. But yeah, we hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode. The shameless, in exposing shameless family members, or whatever the title is that I keep forgetting. So as usual, you can subscribe down here. You can see our best video that hasn't been up here. So you can comment below and you can share us. But nonetheless, guys, we appreciate every single one of you for watching our episode week after week. And I hope that this Wednesday, let's remember, it's Wednesday, so 2 more days before Friday. So hanging in there. We almost done
You
with the
got this.
we all got this. We all got this.
Yes, it's almost
So
Friday.
while the other stress of the week comes through, a little laugh in the middle is always good. Until next time.
Oh, that rhyme.
I know, and I not even thought of that. Well, guys, until next episode.
Bye.